Welcome to River City Plus, the show after the show, the River City After Party. I am here with the team from Fostering Connections, really the line leader. So, Aubrey, you've been on the show before, and we always get to talk about the great events that you're doing around the community, some of the activations you have. But I'd love to learn more about what Fostering Connections is. And then, of course, we are going to talk about the Backyard Bash.
Yes, Fostering Connections is a nonprofit organization based here in Jacksonville. We serve 5 counties throughout Northeast Florida. And what we do is we provide education programs, community events, and enrichment scholarships to youth and their families who've been impacted by foster care, adoption, or trauma. The goal of our programs is to make sure that these families have all the tools, opportunities, and resources they need to thrive in life.
Now, I know that you've created this really, like you said, to offer these types of tools, but would you give us an as fair look at fostering children? What are some of the challenges that they might face where your organization could really step in and be helpful?
Yes, families who become licensed foster care givers, they go through the state of Florida. There's local community-based care agencies that they become licensed through. They have to go through several months of training, background check. Once whether they the stipend where the child's food and shelter is covered, but there's a lot that is not. There are a lot of gaps in the system in regards to education programs, support for families so they feel like they're not alone in this journey, because foster care is a very complex system. So the families that become foster parents, they need a community to be a part of, families that understand what they're going through and the different challenges that they have. So that's where we step in here at Fostering Connections to provide that community and resources that the state just doesn't have the funding or resources for.
And I know that's a challenge because, especially I would imagine as a first-time foster parent, you're being faced with a lot of things. Even as a first-time parent in general, there's so many obstacles that you come up against, and it leaves you wondering, is this only happening to me? Am I doing this right? Really a lot of unanswered questions.
Yes, we really provide a lot of community, especially for first-time foster parents, because there's so many new things, and be able to have them plug into a community of folks that have experienced those things that can mentor them. It really is helpful, especially for first-time foster parents, but even long-time foster parents. It's great to be able to continue to provide resources and community to them as well.
Yeah, and I would imagine combining the two. So having people that are a little more veterans in the system, things that they've put in place in their household that were helpful. And a lot of that too, I would imagine, has to be making a child feel comfortable in your space, because unfortunately a lot of kids who enter the foster care system came from really challenging backgrounds, and it's difficult to adapt to a new environment with brand new people.
It is, and it's especially important for foster parents to have training in trauma-informed care, because many kids who've come into foster care have experienced significant trauma. So having those training and resources, and just a community of folks to turn to when you have questions or just are having a difficult day but
Right.
need someone to talk to, we provide that for our families that we serve.
Now, for you personally, why is this organization really close to your heart?
Oh, this organization is close to my heart because it's a tribute to my family and my experiences as an educator. My background is in teaching. I was a teacher here in Northeast Florida for 3 years, and I saw how many gaps there were in the system while I was a teacher. And I have a really close family tie to foster care and adoption, because my father, when he was a child, he was in relative foster care for a short time after his father had passed away, and he was later adopted by his stepfather. So I've experienced through my dad's life experiences all the challenges that come in the foster care and adoption space. So Fostering Connections, I founded this organization back in 2019 as a tribute to my father, and also to in line with my work as an educator.
What do you think is the number one gap when it comes to, like you said, that kind of gray area between what the government provides and what they're obligated to provide versus what a child really needs in the home, that a space that you fill?
The largest gap that I see, besides those basic needs and some of those types, community-based programs for foster families, is especially our education programs. A lot of public schools, they provide a basic education for those students, which is great. But most kids that come into foster care, they're 2 to 3 years below grade level. So making sure they get that academic support so they can catch back up with their peers and helping them get ready for life. Only a small percentage of foster youth go on to earn a bachelor's degree, only 3%, and less than half are employed by age 26. So that's why we started our Career Readiness Academy program, to be able to provide our teens that are in care those valuable job and life skills training and mentorship from local business owners, so that when they graduate, they have a plan in place and they can overcome some of those devastating statistics.
Right, exactly. I love the fact that you were just making the change and that you were able to take your educational experience and really just put it into an exponentially good environment. I mean, I think that, do you feel like you're able to do more with what you're doing now than you were just kind of confined to the classroom?
Absolutely. When you're a classroom teacher, you're assigned a group of students for a year. I was an elementary school teacher. And while it's great to impact, the class that you serve every year, as CEO of Fostering Connections, I can impact thousands of children. So I definitely feel I'm able to make a much larger impact as leader of Fostering Connections. And then when I was a classroom teacher.
I love to hear that. Now, before we go, let's talk about your big holiday event that you have coming up and how everybody can get connected and come and support, because that's really important to you, that, whether you have a direct connection to the foster care system, to adoption, the fact that we want to be able to lift up youth that are living in the 904 and beyond is really important.
Yes, we have the Holiday Backyard Southern series that we are doing with Chef Tyrone Bennett. He's been a supporter of ours for several years. Foster care is very close to his heart as well. We are having that on Sunday, December 3rd at his new restaurant. It's also the soft opening for the restaurant as well. It's called Heart and Soul Food Eatery. It's right in downtown Palaca. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to have unlimited appetizers, desserts, mixed drinks, live entertainment from the band Cholula. It is going to be an incredible evening. We're very thankful to Beck Automotive Group, who's one of the sponsors for the event. So it's going to be a wonderful time to enjoy some delicious food, celebrate the holiday season, and support our mission and programs here at Fostering Connections.
Wonderful. Now, if people want to stay connected with you, where should they go?
They can visit us on our website, fosteringconnectionsfl.org, and they can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Awesome. Well, all right. Thank you so much for joining us for River City Plus. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I know this is your first time on the plus side, and I think we had a lot of fun.
Thank you. I had a great time.
All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9:30 for River City Live, and then the show after the show at 10:15 for River City Plus. We'll see you tomorrow.